And nobody.
We just started. There's one person here. We literally just turned on. What the fuck is wrong with you? Welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Stacy.
I am Doug.
We do not hate each other, despite what the name says.
Mm.
Anyway, so we have here tonight. We have one of our favorite people who has been here with us
Since day one.
And I think she's probably attended more episodes than anybody. I think there's been maybe 3 nights that she missed ever.
Well,
and we didn't know what to do without her.
We didn't know what to do.
Tracy, she says, "Hello, peeps! Happy 200th episode."
And it is our 200th episode.
I can't even. Actually, I meant to tag everyone on this, and I fucking forgot to. Actually, let me just pull it up right now. We've been doing this live interactive podcast for 200 episodes. We're coming up on a year. Is that like a week or so?
Yeah, no, it's like more later in the month. We'll have to look it up.
So it's coming.
Yeah.
And it's a live interactive podcast, so you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes we've had people come on that have just been fucking crazy. Usually the crazy one is me, because I'm on drugs. Not drugs, but like,
the fun kind of drugs.
Well, cannabis.
Not the belushi kind of drugs.
By the way, I'm not on it because I'm
drugs.
like, oh, drugs are fun. I'm on it
not
because...
the Cobain kind of drugs.
Did he though? But because I have a chronic illness, not that there's anything wrong with using marijuana for fun or, whatever you want to do as a responsible adult. I feel like my hair is crazy tonight. What do you think? Is the crown too much?
I like the crown. It looks like an odd piano key situation sometimes.
I feel like, I don't know.
What do you feel like?
Anyway, I want to tell people about the podcast. So if you've never been here before, it's live, it's interactive. You comment, we pull it up on the screen. If you want to tell us something privately, feel free to tell us privately. If you comment on Instagram, we can't pull it up on the screen, and Instagram is going to cut us off at some point. So just know that. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything, and the likelihood that you will be horrified pretty high.
It's high. It's very high. Right. As a nightly occurrence is horrification. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm self-conscious.
About what?
Being on camera is hard.
Well, it is.
Unless
do you have the gold? You didn't bring the gold.
The gold. No,
I was going to put more gold on.
I like to put gold on our faces. It helps. I will say that
it's shiny.
The podcast is live and interactive, but a lot of people watch it later and then comment on it.
So it's not live in interaction. It's taped in Memorex.
For them, it's taped.
Yeah, it's like Memorex.
If you're here right now, it's live and interactive. So you should comment if you have something to say. If you have a business you want to promote, you want to tell us about something about yourself. Maybe you want to send us a dick pic. We don't care.
I care.
We're just happy you're here. Why do you care? You're excited.
I don't want to look at dick pics.
You don't have to look at the dick pics. Do you even know the email?
maritalhate@gmail.com.
Have you ever checked it?
No.
Do you know the password?
No.
So you have to see any dick pics.
I don't have to. No. So
well, there you
send
go.
away, boys.
So boys, ladies, send pictures of your parts, whatever you feel like. We're actually going to talk about naked parts today. The other thing I wanted to point out, in case nobody has noticed this before, is that the theme song to our podcast, which is fucking amazing, was written and performed by
Douglas Gear.
Yours truly. Tracy says, I'm digging the tiara and your hair looks flawless tonight. Oh, girl, thank you.
I think she said, Doug, your hair looks flawless tonight. So she's talking about my hair.
Doug, your hair looks flawless.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the hell's going on with my hair half the time.
Well, what do you want me to do with your hair? You tell me, I will do it.
I don't know. I just want a machine that comes out of the ceiling and
a Flowbee,
like George Jetson.
You want a Flowbee?
No, not a Flowbee. Like George Jetson came down and that thing was like.
I like it when I cut your hair shorter.
Steam.
I like it when I cut your hair shorter.
Like a mental patient shorter. No offense to mental patients, but I'm this close to being a man.
I don't even know what to say that. Tracy says, I love Perfectville. Perfectville being
our theme song of our little podcast.
If you listen to the lyrics, it's interesting because it talks about how, it's this Perfectville, everything's 83 degrees, but maybe it's not. And that's the reality of life. Like, even if you think things are perfect, even if you look at somebody from the outside, they might look perfect, but.
Which is sort of like the theme of this podcast, because my hair is perfect.
Yeah, his hair is perfect. He's
flawless. I'm sorry, it's flawless.
He's a ball of anxiety and stress, but his hair is perfect.
Yeah. Hey, it's how you look, not how you are.
But I think that what we try to do here is be as real as possible, and we are. I mean, there's some stuff we just can't talk about, and we've definitely talked about some stuff we're not supposed to talk about. But
we're gonna get we
here
don't
we are.
gonna get sued.
So-
Yeah, but well, that was the whole Perfectville thing. Like the whole thing is about creating a false persona on social media, in trying to impress other people via whatever. And you always notice too, because those people, the people I'm thinking of, they only post during vacations or good news or when they're eating a
well, and they
fabulous
actually
meal
have
or
shown
something.
that people who post about politics a lot, which by the way, I've been guilty of myself, are doing so because they feel like they have no control over anything in their lives.
I can totally see that. I think it's at certain times, like I will like seek out like some of that stuff just so I know that I'm not going crazy. Like I think the world's going crazy, but sometimes I have to go and look at news stories and things like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going crazy. It is crazy, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, people who post about it, like constantly.
Yeah.
But that was just an article I read. Like, it's not my personal opinion, but that's what they said.
No, it's quite possible. It's quite possible.
What we did tonight, by the way, is we watched
more trash TV.
Very interesting television show.
I don't know. Interesting.
Can you
was
look at
it
me
interesting?
sometimes, please? Can you look at me sometimes?
I am blinded by your beauty.
Talking to me and them.
I'm blinded by your beauty.
Talking to me and them and the Instagram people.
Oh.
They're everywhere. We should have gone on TikTok tonight too.
We should have an 8-camera setup.
So we've been watching a show. What is it? Naked House
buying naked or selling naked.
Buying naked, selling naked. I posted
I think I don't know what it is.
Buying naked, and it was a show that's no longer on television.
I wonder why.
But it was a woman selling houses in the Tampa area to nudists. If you'll
there are 3 different gated communities north of Tampa for the nudies.
And there's even one. So there's one that's like an RV community, and our friends were going to go there, but then there was bad weather because our friends, the Roaming World, who were on the podcast one night, nicest people you ever meet, Art and Michelle. If you see them, say hi. They're the sweetest. Sweets. She fucking knew Jeffrey Dahmer. We talked about it on that podcast, and she may have finished the podcast with an exclamation. And by exclamation, I mean she showed her titties.
She shows them titties.
We were a little worried that was going to get us in trouble, but no, it worked out. In any case, these people, they're showing these homes. One of them was an RV park, and one of them is a hybrid park. So there are people that are nudists, the nudie Judies.
And then the ones that are closed, they call
textiles.
I was sitting next to a textile.
I'm a nudie. Yeah. Ooh, wait, can I pull this off without showing nipple?
Just stop it.
I was just my nipples are way down.
I don't,
y'all, 4 kids. I'm 47 years old. My nipples are way down here. That's not even on camera. But my areolas might probably be.
Well, that's, I don't know. I don't know what you can show and what you can't show, but.
So what we learned from the nudist show, and that everybody should know.
What did we learn from the nudist show?
Okay, they don't like sharp corners, textures.
Yeah,
not good.
You want nice rounded countertops.
Yeah, you don't want to chink your.
I don't think you can say that word.
I didn't call someone I said chink, like chink something, like you hit it.
I don't
like
think
the corner of this table.
Yeah.
That would not feel good if you hit your balls with it.
No, it's not good to hit your balls on anything.
Well, maybe on someone's forehead or their chin.
No, the chin, maybe. Gently.
Okay.
Flapping.
So they don't like rough surfaces.
Yeah, like there's one thing that where the countertop was like the wrong height, and then below it was brick. They're like, no, that's gonna rub us.
And they like soft closed drawers, so nothing gets caught. And it's very important to always have like towels so they can sit on them before they sit on furniture.
They won't sit down unless they have something.
And they're
some towel.
Big fans of the bidet. They like a standalone bidet, but you can get an integrated toilet one.
Apparently, it's important in the nudist community to have a clean butthole.
Well, that's the thing that's funny about that.
Which I think it's important in general.
I'm not
even for textiles.
I'm not going to name names when I tell the story. But I think I've embarrassed this person plenty on the podcast. But I helped fold someone's laundry once, and they had maybe some problems.
Like they didn't finish the job.
And it makes me realize, like, as soon as they were talking about that, I was like, yeah, that's important.
The struggle is real.
Do you imagine if you had, like, because they were touring this house, and then these people are sitting on other people's furniture, and
they're driving in the Mercedes all naked.
Well, I haven't gotten there yet.
Sorry.
They're on. So they're looking at this house. They're going to buy it. Like, they're talking about buying it, but or actually, I don't even know if they bought that one. But they're sitting on these people's sofa with no clothes on. But they put down a towel. So that was good.
Well, the realtor learned after the first house showing that you need to bring down the realtor needs.
It wasn't the realtor; it was the wedding, because they had a naked wedding.
Oh, well, that
and the
too,
wedding
yeah.
planner didn't know. Like, they don't want to just put their parts on a dirty plastic chair. Like, there could be bugs or fungus.
It's more to protect the chair, really.
I don't know that it's going to hurt
from
the chair.
The poop stripe.
They use a bidet. There is no poop stripe. These people can't hide anything, and I like that. They're like, you got to be somewhat honest when you're walking around with your fucking ding dong hanging out.
I don't know. I guess yeah. I'm just amazed, and we talked about this, that these people like, oh, can I take my clothes off? Yeah, sure. You're like you're in the community one, and they take and they're like like
yeah, but you watch me do that every single day. How is that like?
But you're just you're a toddler. Toddlers don't know you're supposed to. Like, there's no difference between.
Why can't they be toddlers too?
Because they have fully grown genitalia.
I don't have fully grown genitalia.
Oh, yes, you do.
I don't even know what is happening in this conversation or on this podcast ever. All I can tell you is that I think that on this show, all the nudists were like one was a personal trainer, two of them were bodybuilders. Like, these people were all fucking hot as shit. And as I brought up the conversation on today on my wall with the haters, I realized that, like, yeah, it's usually not the attractive people that are swinging. It's like normal people. And, like, don't get me wrong, I think Art and Michelle are beautiful people, but they're normal people. I wouldn't say that either one of them is overweight, but they're just normal people. You're not like, oh my God, you just rolled out of off of a fitness magazine.
A couple of those people on that show were just like,
they were right out of a fitness magazine. But I think the majority of folks are just they're just normal people. They would look like me. And like Doug, but Doug will tell you that he looks like a potato.
I do. I look like a potato with two pencils stuck in the bottom of it.
It's not true. Maybe if you spent more time with nudists who are comfortable with their bodies, you'd feel more comfortable with your body.
I'm comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable. Like, I don't think anybody needs to see it. How's that? That's what I think.
But what if, like,
what if the world was clamoring to see me naked? Sure, they can see.
Yeah, but what if it was just about you? What about you? Like, what if
it doesn't factor into me at all?
But hear me out. What if you?
It doesn't prevent me from living a full life.
Can you let me finish a sentence? Do you want to make me ring the bell?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So let's say you got comfortable with your body.
Yeah.
And you felt restricted by clothing, and not having clothes on made you feel better.
In some weird twisted universe, sure.
How is it a weird twisted universe?
Why would that free me from some sort of bondage?
Well, you don't know because you haven't tried it.
Yeah.
Y'all, we have an ensuite. An ensuite is when your primary bedroom has a bathroom attached to it. This man brings his underwear into the bathroom with him.
A nice t-shirt.
Closes the door behind him, puts that on.
No, I go shower.
And puts that on and then comes outside.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm in there, right? The door's shut. Shower heats up the room nice, right? And down here doesn't really matter.
We live in Southwest Florida.
But it's a habit, right? So I put on my underwear, my shirt, whatever, and then sometimes I would bring in my whole outfit because I don't want to walk out of that nice room into the nice house.
But our house is always nice and warm.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's Southwest Florida. It was 85 today.
All right, then I'm just a prude that likes to cover his wiener.
No, I'm not saying that you're a prude. I'm just saying that, maybe if we try something different, we might expand our mind and our horizons
like the church said.
Like the church said,
we're going to do something different.
We're going to talk about the church today, actually. I'm looking forward to that. So I did comment. Oh, and they responded. So I had asked the question, and I don't know if y'all have seen this, but feel free to chime in. Could you see yourself living in a nudist community?
No.
Doug says no.
I would live there. I just wouldn't be. I'd be a textile.
Doug's still struggling with the fact that we had nudists at our house.
They didn't bring a towel.
They were at their own clothes on. Most of the time.
The other thing is that they nudists like leather furniture because it's
easier to clean up.
It doesn't soak up body fluids.
One of the houses they were showing, there was a fucking gator in the backyard, and these people are from
naked
Jersey,
people are
and they're
running.
like, "Oh my god!"
Naked people ran
I
back
don't feel
into
bad
the
for them.
lanai.
They were like bodybuilders, although the lady had a lot of eyeshadow. That was like a lot of eyeshadow. Not that,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
whatever, do whatever you want to do with your fucking eyeshadow.
So
I
animal
was like,
control
that's a lot of
comes,
eyeshadow.
and they're just like, okay, they didn't use any
They're,
tools. They didn't.
yeah,
They
they
just
just
jumped on
scooped
the
up
thing
the alligator because
and lifted them up.
not that bad. But
Crocs will get you.
I thought you said cocks. And yeah, the animal control people, like that's part of the show is they show you all these people interacting with the nudies and they're all like, oh, shock. It's like how I swear it's the same producers, it's the same network, it's the same producers Discovery Plus. As Love After Lockup or Married at First Sight. It's like that, like they want to get that shock value. They have people tell their story over and over again so you can see the shock on people's faces. Like if you want to see the shock on people's faces, just hold up a fucking mirror. You're shocked.
Yeah. Take a look at yourself, people.
I don't know what that is cooking. Am I smelling toast or am I having a stroke?
I can't really smell anything.
Stroke. Let me know. Like you guys, if you've ever noticed pictures of me when I smile, one eye like it droops down. Bell's palsy, really common with Lyme. So if you notice any signs of a stroke, let me know. Yeah, I smell toast.
Oh, I smell it now.
Okay, so are we both having a stroke?
Over there's a blinking light in the sky. Do you see that? See, it's blinking. It's not moving.
Well, it's probably a cell tower if it's not moving, but it could be an airplane. It's just moving slow. Trey said I could not see myself living in a news community but that is about my own body image and not the human form as a whole. She says I like being by my naked by myself or Beck being her beautiful wife. Allegedly, we'll get to that. I after having a really Art Michelle, nicest people ever, watched that episode. It was great. I don't know what number it was. Michelle had talked to me about her issues with body image and how being a nudist has made her feel so much more comfortable, and that the nudist community is so supportive and so sweet. So like for me, like on the one hand, like I'm not super comfortable with my body. Like I'm comfortable with it around Doug and like I think whatever, like I've taken my clothes off in front of people before. Like I don't give a shit. But I also would like to be more comfortable with it. And nudists have made me feel more comfortable with my body than like other people, because nudists, in my experience, have a tendency to be less judgmental than the textile.
That's me. Textile. Well, the other thing, I wouldn't want to be a nudist because I'm cold all the time. I am always cold.
That's awesome.
Which will lead us to a topic later.
Okay. I wanted to read some of the comments on that thread. So I had asked if they would live in a news camp. And of course, the Roaming Royals I tagged first. And Art said, I'm thinking of you today. He said, in a second, actually, we're at a friend's house and we're hanging out by the pool naked. Good for you guys. Samantha, who's Twisted Art, definitely follow her on YouTube. She's amazing. I keep meaning to get into one of her live streams. Twisted Art on YouTube, definitely follow her if you can. She says absolutely not. Girl, if I looked the way you do, I'd be walking around naked at the grocery store. Catherine Abida says only if everyone is blind, because if they're not to begin with, the sun on my pasty Irish skin would make them blind, which I think is like, it's funny because like, yeah, you'll be blinded. Girl, I know. But at the same time, like, I think that the traditional beauty standards are kind of like narrow. And to your point, you've been talking about this a lot, is women put makeup on and they all look exactly the fucking same. Yeah. Like, let your freak flag fly. I want to see your pastiness. I want to see your birthmarks. I want to see your mole that looks like Gorbachev. Whatever. Although if you have a mole that looked like Gorbachev, like on your face, I would see that already. But if you had one that looked like his face,
if it looked like Gorbachev, that'd be extra special.
You had like a mole on your butthole that looks like Gorbachev, spread your cheeks, show your friends. By the way, I took cannabis, but it has not kicked in yet.
Yeah, so this is just the preamble.
We are pre-gaming. So anyway, she said no, but Catherine, I've never seen you naked, but I bet you are. Well, her picture is an eagle.
Oh, she's a fine American then.
Oh, she's a beautiful Catherine. I hope you're watching right now. I am looking at you.
She does look a little Irish.
Please do not feel sexually harassed. I would love to see you naked. And I'm not going to play your picture on screen because I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
Todd says he's got the blind card covered.
That's true. Hey, I don't know if she's single. I don't know if she's straight.
Don't start poking me with your cane.
You're blind and she glows in the dark. Oh, maybe it's a match made in heaven.
That'd be a good setup.
Todd is definitely interested in satisfying the ladies. He wants to listen to 9 Inch Nails closer
with his service dog and his cane.
Is that what you're calling his penis? The service dog with a cane. Ooh, it would be nice if you called your. Actually, if you're in a relationship with somebody who needs a service animal, you could call it their service animal. Like, I need a helper monkey. You could call your penis my helper monkey. And then Millmore says, having been to a nude beach in Martinique, no thanks.
Little Tommy Millmore.
He did not go nude. They rode through on horses. Jeez.
You don't want to be naked on a horse.
I want to fucking go to Martinique on a nude beach. Millmore's living the life.
I'm telling you, you don't want to be naked on a horse. This is going to be chafing. It's going to be some sort of horse.
Well, that's why they like leather, because the saddle is leather, and they're going to put like a towel because they always put something down.
Okay, all right.
So there you go.
Seems a little extra.
We also learned that if you are a nudist, you use a lot more sunscreen or bug spray than anyone else, especially here in Florida. We have bugs the size of pterodactyls. So anyway, I asked if he didn't like the nudity or were the people gross looking. I'm curious because I was saying that the show had all hotties naked, but when I take my clothes off, it does not look like it does in that show. And he said, being old and out of shape myself puts me in an awkward position of being critical of people like me. A little self-hatred there. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. And he said, no hotties, though at a different beach was a topless babe slowly poured her water bottle over her boobs. That was cool. And of course I said, I wish everybody felt good about their bodies. And then Derek Meyer said, my friend took her new Eskimo boyfriend to one. First of all, Eskimo boyfriend, an Eskimo.
It's a joke.
No, I know, but an Eskimo boyfriend, like it's an Eskimo brother or sister. It's supposed to be somebody that you slept with someone the same. So I don't know what an Eskimo boyfriend is, unless you're the person and you hooked up with your friend and now you also hooked up with someone you hooked up with. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, he said he took his friend, her new boyfriend to one, and as soon as she saw him naked, she broke off the relationship.
She didn't break off the relationship.
She broke off the dick?
Yeah, because it was frozen because he's an Eskimo.
I don't think you're even supposed to say Eskimo, but I do want to read my comment. I said, not going to lie, if it was too big, I would too. Like if I went with a guy that's dick was like, we go to a news colony and he's got like a monster dong. No, I would be done with that. But what I did say, would you like to know this?
Yes, go ahead.
I said, I'm not going to lie, it was too big. I would too. As you know, I'm terrified of monster dogs. Hell, the one I have access to is way too big.
You actually mentioned that this morning too. Paige is here. Paige Danahy. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Amanda Logan, I see a screened area. Is that y'all's work?
I don't know what you're talking
about. And I don't know who Amanda is either.
Well, we're glad you're here. So we have a we do have a pool cage.
Yeah, we don't know who built it.
We're happy to plug whatever pool cage. We don't know who the fuck built this. It's a rental.
Maybe Amanda.
And we've been here 2 years. It got semi-destroyed by the storm. Somebody came back and replaced it. They were fine, but they left screws everywhere.
And they rescreened it, but didn't put the no-seam screens in.
And then like our screens are such that you don't really tan through them, but like the new ones you do. So if you go in that corner of the pool, you can get a tan. But if you go over there, not so much. But the current pushes you over there. So it's
the current or the wind. I don't
know. But like when I'm out here naked, which I don't do anymore because the neighborhood kids keep showing up and asking for snacks.
You can go naked during school hours. And school here is a weird time. Like I don't see the bus come by.
I don't even know when school is, to be completely honest with you. And then of course all day long there's like snowbirds walking by.
Yeah, there's a lot of walkers in this.
People want to be healthy and shit. Okay. I did want to refer back to something that we talked about, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, Becky.
Oh, right. Well, here's the thing. As you all know, I used to work in a company, and Tracy and her wife Becky also worked there, but I never saw them at the same time. Like I didn't even know which one was which, because I kind of thought, but I wasn't sure. They both have blonde hair. They both have glasses. They both worked upstairs somewhere, some magical place.
He thinks all white women look the same.
If you must know, yes.
Do I look the same?
Blonde ass white women with glasses.
Do I look the same? I have glasses. Do I look?
You're not really blonde though. You're kind of, I don't know what you call that.
I don't know what you would call this hot mess either. And
chestnut.
It's not chestnut. And it's not roasting on an open fire for that matter. I have such a fucking headache. So we went to Pride on Sunday, and while we were there, Cape Coral Pride, which was again beautifully run event, family friendly event. Please, other cities that do Pride events, take a fucking lesson from Cape Coral Pride, please.
Yeah, and get a good logo because the Cape Coral
the
logo
Cape Coral
was
Pride.
good.
Yeah, you should find out who did that logo and tell them. Good job. Anyway, while we're there, of course, we call our favorite gays. Billy, I'm sorry I didn't call you. I didn't have your number. CJ, you too.
Long distance to Peru. We're not calling
I
you
have a
Billy.
lot of gays, but our regular gays are
The
our
OG
son,
gays.
our son Nolan, and the OG lesbies Tracy and her beautiful wife.
So we
Becky.
FaceTime both of them.
So we FaceTime them. We couldn't hear a freaking thing they said
Yeah,
because there was too much like. To say that there was flamboyance going on would be an understatement, but it was like
it was good. It was
but like a flamenco flamboyance, like it was
cheering, music,
dancing, and everybody was just happy and having a good time. And honestly,
fire.
Out of all the like festivals we've ever been to, fairs we've ever been to, you know, art shows, heritage days in Situate, or any other festival we've gone to, it was the best behaved. That was like there was no
that was peppy.
There really wasn't any riffraff. Maybe the riffraff got there after we left.
Yeah, well, it was an all-nighter.
Who knows? Yeah. But because Doug had never seen, I'd never seen
gay people before. No,
you had seen gay people. You have one. You made one.
So, like, look at them, Marge.
Oh my God, shut up.
I think they're homosexuals, Marge.
Yes, there were homosexuals.
Both kinds.
Because Doug had never
seen the man kind, the lady kind. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so we had never seen Doug isn't sure Becky and Tracy are different people. I've only met Becky. I've never met Tracy.
No, you've met Tracy.
Sorry, I've only met Tracy. I've never met Becky. And so finally, I call, and all this time we're like, we think they're the same person. We think Tracy's hallucinating.
She's got like
and her imaginary wife is not real. But when we FaceTimed her from Pride. There was a woman in the car with her.
So, and here's the thing. I think she was driving.
I don't know.
So that'd be a hard like CGI to pull up.
Fuck it. You can CGI anything. The only thing is, here's the thing. Tracy went to school for forensics. So she knows how to cover up a crime scene.
Yeah.
Right? And she knows I've been saying back. So when she saw my phone ring, clear out of the blue, phone number ring, clear out of the blue on Saturday with a FaceTime,
a hologram.
She had a hologram all ready to go. She had rigged that shit up in her car. Right. Yes, just you know that like how on R2D2?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the projection
thing. And Princess Leia was like, help me, Ben Kenobi, you're my only hope. I think Tracy has a button on the dashboard that she pushes and Becky appears.
Which is also good for the zipper lane up in Boston on the expressway.
Well, they don't live in Boston anymore, and they don't scissor.
They live in Garlic Water,
Scissoring is
Georgia.
Not the thing that you think it is.
I didn't say anything about scissoring.
Scissoring, zippering, it's the same thing. You know.
It's a zipper lane.
Although on Naked Attraction, shout out to Naked Attraction. We love that shit. If you haven't watched Naked Attraction, it's on Max and I think Prime and maybe Discovery Plus.
Naked Singletons.
And you can also find it on YouTube. Just go on YouTube. They show people naked. They used to do it up the legs and then the parts, then the up to the chest and then the head and then talk. Now they just go straight to the money shot.
They go right to the units.
And as our friend Donna would tell you, there's a lot of blind meat.
Why do you call it blind meat, Donna?
Donna calls it blind meat because they have more skin than the penises that she may have experienced in her lifetime as an American woman.
That's not why she calls it blind meat.
They can't see because their skin is over their face.
If you pulled your sweater over your head, you wouldn't be able to see either. That was Donna's brilliant comedy right there.
The woman is. It's actually funny because Donna's like the friend that even like I'm the friend you have to explain to people, right? But Donna's the friend even I have to explain to people, and the longer I've known Donna, the more time I've spent with her, the more I love her, the more I admire her. And in a weird, fucked up way, I look up to her. As a matter of fact, I talked about that today in my church group. Oh, you did? Donna. I was talking about how I wish I was a little bit more like Donna sometimes.
So Tracy says, Becky was driving. You give me way too much credit laughing her ass off. And then she says, Donna is comedy gold.
Donna is comedy gold.
She is comedy gold.
Two things. One, do not laugh your ass off. Girl, please don't lose that thought. Don't laugh your ass off. You want to laugh anything else off? Keep the tits, keep the ass. Maybe like a little squishy. I like a little squish. She's actually very skinny.
Oh, Tracy?
Tracy's thin. Yeah, she listen, she did the hard work to get there. That's a whole story. And
but she's happy
I couldn't do it
up there in Garlic Water, Georgia.
Every episode, Doug likes to give Tracy's home a new location.
Yeah,
In
a
Georgia,
different
he makes
city
up
name.
towns.
It's always, yeah.
So I do want to talk. So we talked briefly about the fact, I think it's nice to segue about
From nakedness.
hallucinating lesbians,
Yeah.
naked shows,
Yeah.
and naked real estate to church.
Oh, yeah, because you did your midweek tune-up at the church.
I did, and we didn't really
which is what they call it.
We kind of grazed over what church was on Sunday, but anyway, long story short, Doug has not had a tremendous amount of experience in the religious world. I, on the other hand,
unless you count Sam Cooke gospel records,
that counts for something. And he's a huge Sam Cooke fanatic. But I went to Catholic school for a number of years. My family was Catholic and very traditional. I went to church 2 to 3 times a week at points in my life. With my grandmother, who was a Eucharistic minister and a lector.
Eucharistic.
She was friends with the freaking cardinal.
Quiet down.
Yeah. The
Quiet down,
owl's
owl.
here and has something to say. Don't tell the owl to pipe down. The owl's going to tell you to pipe down. Oh my God. But my grandmother was friends with like the cardinal and shit. Like she was super religious. And
I was friends with the owl.
You just told it to shut up. You don't tell your friends to shut up, or your wife for that matter.
I don't tell you to shut up.
Not today. Not right now. I mean, probably today, like 5 times.
Usually.
So I was very like raised to be like a nice young lady. And of course, what happens when you do that? That repression, it comes out in bad ways. I'm not going to tell you about the sex things I've done. I mean, we've talked about that enough on the podcast. But then you have crazy fucking hair. You have tattoos and piercings, and you're talking about dicks on the internet. That's what happens. If you send your kid to Catholic, that's what happens to the girls. The boys, they just get molested.
Well, I'm the yin to your yang because I am proper, sophisticated, educated, and
judgmental.
Mark Ryan, happy 200.
Yay!
Thank you for stopping by, Mark.
Dude, it's a pretty big deal for us. I like, because some nights
it's the 200 hard ones.
Some nights we're like, some nights we just don't have it in us. We don't have any ideas. We don't like each other. We don't like life. Things are not going well, but we try really hard. And, honestly, as much as I know that we've helped people and made people laugh and brought people together, we're, it brings so much to our lives. Like if we're having a bad day, a lot of times you guys just like brighten us. And I want to just give
you lift us up.
I want to give a shout out to Nation's family who has joined us on Instagram. Hey girl,
peace to the Nation's
love
family.
you. This is our 200th episode. So just once again for the Instagram followers, Instagram cuts us off after an hour and we cannot pull any comments that you have up on screen. We can see them though. But you're welcome to stay there, or you could watch on Facebook or YouTube. And I don't know, stupid Instagram. Hopefully they'll fix that. And we're all still recovering from the outage the other day.
Well, it was an outage. 28 minutes or whatever it was.
People are out there like prepping now because Facebook was out for 10 minutes. There's been a run apparently on Mike's Hard Lemonade in Cape Coral.
Oh my goodness. So somebody posted in the Cape Coral group, what the hell's going on with Mike's Hard Lemonade? I've been to every store in the Cape and I can't find any. They're all out. And I wrote under the marital hate, I wrote, tell me you're an alcoholic without telling me you're an alcoholic, which I thought was hysterical.
Yeah.
No offense to the alcoholics in the community here, but I just thought it was great because Mike's, I mean, really hard lemonade.
If you're going to be a drunk, come up with something better than a Mike's. No bueno. Handsome Market is here with us on Instagram.
What's up, Handsome?
Shout out to Handsome Market. Don't know what you are, but we would love to support your business in any
way. It's a market that sells Hanses.
I don't know what a Hands is.
That's to be determined.
Is that like Tony Danza's Hanses? You could use that to like, you could just like fraudulently take Tony Danza's identity. Apparently Tony Danza was at Bohemian Grove when Kid Rock was there. Tony Danza was like the head speaker. If you watch the Joe Rogan Kid Rock interview that was on this week, it was really good. Highly recommended. Also recommend the Dr. Phil one. These were great. But he was talking about Kid Rock went to Bohemian Grove, and sure enough, Tony Danza,
which is a secret society for those of you that don't buy into the whole
It's a thing. It's been proven.
Whatever.
Many
No,
journalists have been there.
But a lot of people don't know what it is. I
so
wouldn't know what it was.
Yeah, you should definitely look up Bohemian
All
Grove.
right, so if you're like a secret society and you had Tony Danza, like the best you can do is, no offense to Tony Danza, I love Tony Danza, and but if that's the best, like what else, what was Scott Baio not available? Like I don't know, get somebody good, get like Charo. At least Charo is coochie. Give me that.
I don't think that women I don't think women are allowed to go.
If I'm having a secret society, I am, he's way down on my list of speakers.
I don't know. People fucking like Tony Danza. He sings.
No, he's fantastic. I
just want to just let Hansa know. Hansa, we're also on YouTube and Facebook, and the thing is, Instagram cuts us off. So if you want to join us on one of the other platforms, you will not get cut off, and we can pull your comments up on the screen. Though you may not even be there anymore. We don't know. So there's the most secretive club in America: atomic bombs, giant owls, and the president's pissing tree, deep in the forest of San Francisco.
There's a forest in San Francisco.
Yeah, the redwood forest. You lunatic.
Yeah, but they say in San Francisco. I don't think there's near.
Well, in any case,
it's bad.
Here is what it looks like. I believe this is Bohemian Grove Stills photo courtesy of archive.org, FCC. I think this was one of the Alex Jones photos. But anyway, they supposedly worship this owl and they all get dressed up funny. There's a great little kitschy dive bar in the lower Nob Hill in San Francisco called the Owl Tree. From the window seat, you can sip a dirty martini. What does that have to do?
I don't know.
This is the City Clubhouse, is a highly exclusive men's society, the Bohemian Club. Okay, so the club is there, and maybe the thing is in the back. So that's what the club looks like. Anybody wants to infiltrate?
Oh, good point by Mark. If everybody knows some secret. Here's my ancient Chinese secret, Calgon.
I don't think you're supposed to say that, are you? I don't know.
I didn't say ancient Chinese secret. That's how I skirted that badly aged Calgon commercial.
Look closer, you see an owl of the etching staring right back. It's not just any owl, as it looks particularly surrounded by the words, "Weaving spiders come not here."
Ooh.
This line from a Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream is the club motto and serves as a warning to leave all outside concerns at the door. 50 miles north of the city, Monterio, there's a forest clearing, 2,700 acre secured private camp among the ancient redwoods known as Bohemian Grove, where every summer for the last 150 years, the club members gather to watch a sacrifice of human effigy to a large wooden owl, which is then worshipped as fireworks go off, etc., etc. However, those who have reported going will tell you that it's very skull and bones, like kind of fraternity thing, whereas there's like initiation, and to be part of the group, you have to do sex things with other people, and they give you power because you've done that. And there was a story out today saying that involves Matt Rife and people saying that they had to suck off some producers. I didn't catch the whole thing, but supposedly all this is coming forward. So what's his name came forward? Was it Ludacris came forward? Cat Williams came forward talking about it.
Yeah.
And several other people have talked about, Hollywood elites have talked about kind of like a secret society or initiation things or things that are done to blackmail people, which may or may not involve Epstein Island. Crazy fucking shit.
Mark says, first rule of Fight Club:
don't talk about Fight Club.
Good point. It's a good point. You're talking about it. You're putting us all in danger.
The second rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. Guess what?
No, first rule of Fight Club.
Dude, I talk about like buttholes on the internet. Like,
well, that would be my first rule.
I have too many secrets that other people have already asked me to keep.
Really?
I can't keep the secrets of the elite.
Do you have secrets about people's butthole?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
For sure, yes.
Oh,
hey, Pat Lally, what's up? Pat knows. Go over to Instagram or Facebook because you're going to get, Facebook or YouTube because you're going to get cut off at some point.
That's right. You're going to get cut off at 9.
Here. And by the way, I want to talk to you. I missed some of your comments and I felt so bad about it, but we will circle back on that.
Maybe this is a secret society.
This podcast, kind of, but it's becoming less of a secret because every night we have a few more people.
Well, if Mark knows about it.
We keep making new people. Well, I don't think he's going to tell people.
He'd be the first guy I wouldn't want.
Why? What's he going to do? Tell Helen?
He's going to tell Helen, yeah, you don't mess with Helen. I think she started at school, so I think
they know we're crazy.
Yeah, no, they know. It's all
okay.
Good.
So we
Mark's
went.
Good.
So on Sunday, coming back. We're circling back. Was it Jen Psaki from the White House that like was the circle back girl?
Oh, I don't know.
I ain't no circle back girl.
Ain't no circle back girl. Everybody go around that track and look at me.
I'm like that. We're such dorks.
My name is Jack.
We're such fucking dorks.
Ain't no
Anyway, anyway, we went to church on Sunday.
We did.
Doug's
It wasn't like a real church.
raised religious.
It was like,
I was super religious. Don't call it not a real
well,
church.
it's sort of a real church.
But I'm
It has a
telling
tax
you
exemption.
guys, like right now, like how we felt about it and what happened. Wow. And it's funny because one of the woman who led this group today, who was absolutely amazing. She was so beautiful. All of these women that I met today, they were just beautiful.
She went for the
inside and
midweek
out.
tune-up. It
Yeah,
was
we'll get
ladies
there.
only.
So beautiful. And she's like, I want to come on your podcast. I'm like, you should watch my podcast before you say that. Nice lady.
Nice ladies.
But she does not
need
strike me.
apply.
She does not strike me as a shrinking violet. This woman is a badass.
Oh.
She's a badass. And all these women in this group were badasses in their own way and beautiful. And we'll get there. Anyway, so I had been scrolling. And I had, by the way, so I pray, not like in the traditional, like, normal people, like, dear God, or like,
Please don't
Holy
let me be
Mary or
pregnant.
whatever.
Please
No,
don't.
I don't.
That was what you used to say.
No, it's not.
Oh.
I don't do any of that shit. My conversations with God are exactly like my conversations with you or with you. Like I literally say,
God
what
is
the
also
fuck,
horrified.
God? What the
God
fuck,
is also
God?
horrified
I have
by
to be
your
free.
nonsense.
God loves me, even though I have a potty mouth. So there you go. In
Well,
any
he invented
case,
your potty mouth.
that's true. And washing your child's mouth out with soap doesn't work. Anyway, so I had asked God to bring some like signs, bring me a sign. And so I was looking on Facebook and I saw a thing for a metaphysical fair, which is coming up. I believe it's on the 23rd at the church. I just wanted to check it out. I was like, oh, is this a spiritual church? And like a spiritualist church, which is different. I was just like checking it out. And honest to God, so it's called the Center for Spiritual Living. We go to the one in Cape Coral, but it's a national thing. There's like 400 or 600. There's a lot. And so the Center for Spiritual Living, I thought it was going to be like Scientology. I mean, we're in Florida. We're not that far from Clearwater. It could have, right? It could have been Scientology.
Yeah, you were there today getting brainwashed. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, please look at me because I feel like I'm talking to no one. I just would like to feel like you're listening.
I am listening.
So you have to look.
Listening.
There's me.
There's you.
I
understand how the conversation
and then
works.
the Instagram people.
But I also have a camera with pointing at you, so I can look at you talking to the camera.
Yes, but I need your eye contact.
Okay, eye contact.
We've talked about this.
I know we have. Jeez, goddamn Christ.
Okay.
Finish your story, please.
But it's just a better podcast.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So fast forward. I go to, this is the marital hate, by the way. We ring the bell. We yell at each other. Marital hate. Tracy says, I'm glad you have found a welcoming church that seems to practice what they preach. Yeah. So we got there. Everybody's super nice. Like the nicest people. Everybody's like, hi, where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. Tell me about yourself. And, it's nice to meet you. And would you want a donut? Here's a bag of crap. It wasn't crap. It was like church.
Who the hell are you?
A bag of church things.
Yeah, a bag of church stuff.
And so, like we said, you go in, there's a meditation, there's a 15-minute break. There's this beautiful labyrinth on the ground that they just did. It's so beautiful. You can like walk it and it's like, for meditation purposes. And then, there's actually a beautiful one in Middleborough, for my New England friends, look it up. Any case, you go in, it's big. There was about 60 people there. I kept counting them. I think there were 60. And they, comfortable chairs, but it's not, to Doug's point, it's like, it's not like a church. It's like
it's like, it's
like an auditorium, not even like a,
it's almost like not a banquet hall, but like, it's just like a cleared out, like, simple. Sort of room.
But they have all these like lights and stuff. Like it's live,
it's very welcoming.
And it's live stream. So you can watch the live stream on Sundays on their Facebook page, or you can watch it on YouTube, or you can watch old episodes on YouTube. And they even break out the meditation separately for people who want to just do the meditation.
Or just
it's a 15-minute meditation. It's a good one. It's starting to rain.
It is.
Then so we have the
Mark says it's an Elks Club. It's exactly like an
kind
Elks
of like
Club.
no, but it's really bright. The building is really beautiful. It's this,
nice job.
it's like would you say it's got to be mid-century, that building?
Yeah, it's like, you know, one of those low to the ground.
It's really an interesting building. Actually, I can pull it up. It's like a real, like, it's so weird because it doesn't seem like a church.
No, it doesn't feel like a church. So, but that's also kind of weird too, because you just go in this place and everybody is sort of, you know, just doing their spiritual thing.
But you go in this place and people are just doing their spiritual thing.
Yeah, it's like you could have a garage and a bunch of people doing their spiritual thing. So you go to this building, it's, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, Jason, sad. I immediately thought of a dark, dank room when he mentioned the Elks. Now, well, it depends what Elks you're going to. Down here, there's, you know what's a big deal down here? The Moose Lodge. Apparently, they have restaurants and fun. And
if you're not a moose, if you're not a moose or in a Moose Lodge, you should join one just because you can camp for free on their property. So this is what the outside of the building looks like.
Like it looks like a converted Pizza Hut.
Yeah, a little bit. So we actually park. This is where the handicap parking. We park over here.
Yeah, we're not those people. We don't take up.
There you go. Oh, look, you can drive around the building with us.
Do.
There's the side. That's where we go in. There's like a little area to sit down over there.
Take them over to the tree.
I just parked over here.
Under the tree.
Yeah, you park under the tree.
I don't know if it'll take you. Yeah, there's a nice tree over there.
Yeah, you gotta park in the tree. But anyway, it's a beautiful little building. It takes up this entire corner. And like I said, the people just couldn't be any freaking nicer. So there was
no hideous steeple.
Yeah, I don't think so. And
breaking up the skyline.
Mark says soul man.
Soul man.
You gonna sing it?
No.
I'm a soul man. Okay, so you go there. You go there, and the people are so nice. And then there's, you know, they get up and they're like, "Hey, welcome," you know, blah blah blah, and they say a prayer where everyone in the room blesses everyone in the room and tells them we're glad you're here.
Nobody even sneezed.
We're glad you're here.
We're glad you're here.
We were there. I was there. The lady that talks about
us.
dicks.
When we're glad you're here.
On the internet, lesbian activity, dicks, weed, fuck the government. They're welcome in church. They love me. Well, maybe they don't. I don't know. Well, they don't. But I like to think they do. Well, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
They will learn to love you if they don't love you already.
Well, no, because they're excited. They want
young people. We're young.
Young people. Young people. Boy, have we pulled one over on them. And also they need help with marketing. And that's something we can help with too. So there you go. So they're gonna like us. God damn it.
Mark says, welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's.
Which is very funny if you walked in there. Welcome to church.
I also saved a woman's life.
You did, yeah. You gave her a drink.
She was choking. I gave her a drink.
But she wasn't choking. She had like a dry spot or something.
Oh my God. My grandmother almost choked to death in front of me. So I had like phobia of that. That's not how she died. She died a slow, miserable death. She would have been better off choking.
In a hideous
fuck my stupid relatives. I tried to kill her like 5 times. That's a whole other story.
She probably had it coming. I never met the lady.
She didn't have it coming. She was suffering a week of being catatonic and gasping for air.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
And you wonder why I don't want to go to Catholic church?
That's not a good look, Grandma.
So the thing that's cool is, and you'll see this on their website, if you look, again, Center for Spiritual Living, you can look at Cape Coral, you can look at one near you, you could look at the master one from Boulder, Colorado, it doesn't matter what religion you are. Like, you could be a Buddhist and come to the Center for Spiritual Living. You could be a Hindu and come to the Center for Spiritual Living. You could be a pagan, come to the Center for Spiritual Living. You probably even be a Satanist and come to the Center for yeah, I think so, but I don't know that they believe in hell. They don't believe in hell. You could be whatever you want and come to the Center for Spiritual Living, and they respect that other people have different values, and they talk about their experiences. And so and of course, super important for us, as you guys would know, LGBTQ friendly.
Oh yeah.
There's many members of the church that are gay.
Mark says Masons.
No.
Although there's a thing like the people that they have like celebrities that have followed this church in the past, and I was all excited because Kathleen Freeman, the actress, she was the nun, the sister on the Blues Brothers movie that hit him with a ruler, and she also played Frau Linkmeyer on Hogan's Heroes. So look her up. She's been in everything. And she's fantastic in everything.
And I'm certainly not telling you that you should join a religion because of a
Of
celebrity.
Joanne Worley from Laughing.
But Joanne Worley, Joanne McCall, actress and screenwriter, Catherine Freeman, Pamela Sue Martin, Peggy Lee, and Louise Hay were all members. Louise Hay is the only one I know from those.
I don't know who Louise Hay is. I know who Peggy Lee is. I know who Pamela Sue Martin is. Kathleen Freeman is one of my favorite all-time character actresses. Joanne McCall, I'm not exactly sure, but Joanne Worley was the curly brunette funny lady from Laughing.
So Louise Hay is an author, and I think she's a therapist who teaches people about the mind-body connection and healing trauma. She's very well regarded.
Then look at her going to this church, knowing something more than I do.
Well, that's, I mean, honestly, like if you're familiar with Louise Hay's work at all, and you are, by the way,
I know Louise Lasser as Mary Hartman.
But my point is that you are familiar with Louise Hay's work, whether you realize it or not.
Okay.
Whether you really realize it or not, you are familiar with her work, and her work aligns with the mission of the center. So it's only been around since.
Can you click on Kathleen Freeman just because I want to show people who Kathleen Freeman is? Yeah, Kathleen Freeman.
She's been in a bunch of horror movies.
She's so good.
She was on Coach too. So it was formed in 1926 in Los Angeles. They actually ended up breaking apart at one point and then coming back together. There's 400 of the congregations. And they moved their headquarters to Colorado, I believe, for I think it was for tax reasons. But
we have to stop talking about this soon. Otherwise, they're going to think that we're pushing this religion on them.
We're not pushing a religion on you, but I will say this: it's like for everybody who's like, I don't like religion, but they know that they're like, they don't like church, they don't like the judgment of it all, they don't like the you can't do this, you can't do that. This is a great place for you. At least that's how I've felt so far. I don't feel judged. I feel like everybody's loved and accepted, and it's good vibes. If I thought that if I felt like for a second that anybody was being judged, much less me, like if I can walk into a church full of like Floridians,
right, that we don't
old
know.
people,
oldies,
looking the way I look, being crazy like I'm crazy, and feel completely at home, I'm pretty sure you can. So it's worth checking out. So anyway, we went on. So they gave us in the book, they gave us this book, Science of the Mind, Guide for Spiritual Living, which is it's the basis of the religion, but not everything from the Science of Mind is in here. This is like an abridged version.
Are there any Culver's coupons in there?
There might be. Today we did I went to the group. So they have a midweek tune-up. So they have several breakout groups. They have yoga. They have free tax preparation from the AARP to help people with their taxes. What else do they have? The tax prep.
It's Song Circle or something.
And then the kids leave during Mass and go do their things. We had donuts before Mass, and I didn't. And cake after Mass, he did. And the kids went and made milkshakes, and like there's live music.
I didn't want to be rude.
It's just a good time. So we had, I don't want to read this, but I will try to post it later. But basically, I met with the midweek tune-up, and it was 7 women. We all introduced ourselves, told a little bit about where we were at emotionally. It's confidential, so obviously I can't tell you what anybody else said, but I said like, hey, like I am here because we're, dealing with some stuff and just trying to find like-minded people. I got sick 10 years ago, and I'm telling you, I was fucking bawling. And then the lady gave me a tissue, and then at some point,
like, you're gonna
somebody
have to
else
leave,
cried,
lady.
and I gave them my tissue. Everyone was so nice, and by the way, like, so much more than you would think. Like, I think as women get older, we're often regarded as, especially if our beauty is faded, although I don't believe that any of the beauty is faded in this room. These women are just getting better with age. But like that changed. And I talked to my friend Andrea about it recently. It's like, as you get older, it's an adjustment. And I think like when you're, I think as you're an older woman, you feel less seen. You feel less relevant. You feel less a part of society. And these women were so rich. And I don't know what their financial situation is. They can be loaded, they can be broke. I have no idea. What I mean is that they were deep character, very multidimensional. You would never think that these people were what they look like. And I'm not saying that because of the stories that they told, but I'm saying that because I had an opportunity to sit down and have a heart-to-heart conversation with people about our spirituality and our energy and how we feel about life. And I just thought it was a really uplifting thing. So anyway, I just want to read a portion of it. Right now in this holy moment, I consciously and intentionally forgive myself and all others. I come to realize that God, the God of my understanding, is not glorified by shame, guilt, nor divine magnified by thoughts and feelings of revenge, self-pity, martyrdom, blame, and judgment. And it goes on. But the short of it is basically like, it does me no good to judge myself or others. I'm going to try to be positive. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
And I think Mark might be a bigger jerk than me on this. Sorry, fell asleep. Where were we? Unless he actually did fall asleep, because he is old. He is older than me.
But I think that there's, there's a lot of the stuff that we talked about on the podcast in terms of energy and relationships and what we want for our lives. It aligns with what they're saying here, not being, not, and I know it's boring, but like also realizing like, what are we doing? What's really matters? What really matters?
You gotta think about it.
What really matters? And what matters to me is making dick jokes on podcasts.
Well, yeah, but the ladies were like, "Oh, I want to watch your bot." No, you don't.
I told them, I was like, one lady asked me twice the name of it. I'm like, marital hate, and it's called marital hate, right? And I'm like, I realize that I'm manifesting hate, but like we've actually hated each other less since we've done the podcast. I think.
Really?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think we air our grievances, and
we've gotten more communicative. I think because of the podcast.
How do you do?
Actually, oh my God,
and friendship for everyone.
You guys have to hear this. Doug's blood pressure today. I can't even with him. I'm so proud of him. And I hate to pull things up on the screen from my phone, but here I go. I had to text it to Christina because I couldn't fucking believe it. It was so good. She called me 107/78, 109/81. Doug's blood pressure. Everybody, a big round of applause for Doug.
I'm like almost dead. Well, I started feeling like tingling in my fingers. I grabbed my guitar, started playing, and I'm like, "Oh, my hand is completely asleep. That's not normal." So I'm thinking it was.
So we could take it again, but I don't know what's low for you. We'll have to check the range. I should look that up. Yeah, Trey says, "What's that? That's crazy good, girl." If I sent you a screenshot of what Doug's blood pressure used to be versus what it is now, I hope I can
attain you know what.
Ooh, I'm sure you can. Yeah, so his blood pressure was much better. And who are you texting?
Non-podcast people.
Fuck those non-podcast people.
My buddy Bob from work.
Tell Bob to fuck off.
Bob, fuck off. My wife says fuck off. I can't
Tracy,
talk to you right now.
You have Bob's number. Tell Bob to fuck off. I like Bob. Bob's a good guy.
Does Tracy have Bob's number?
She
if
must.
you don't, you should. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Get it from Shauna.
He's married.
No, he's no longer with the company, so
Shauna's not here anymore.
She was here the other night, last night, whatever it was.
Okay, so I went to church today.
Yep. And you came back.
And I like it even more. So we went Sunday. Today I went again. I like it even more. I'm really excited. And the boys, Nolan wants to come. I'm assuming Wes wants to come too, because Wes said he liked going to church on Christmas.
It's not like an all-day thing, so it's
like an hour and a half. Depending, if you want to stretch it out, make it into a party.
Yeah.
Like my little dance. This is not the same skirt I wore last night and the night before.
Different. Yeah.
Just want you to know, I changed my clothes today. I had a tank top on and a skirt, but the tank top was cutting me in the boob area. By the way, I just wore a tank top with a shelf bra in it to this church.
Oh. And it was all ladies, so it didn't matter.
It didn't matter anyway, but it doesn't matter. Like, they don't care. Come in your fucking pajamas. So anyway, my tank top hurt. It was squeezing my lymph nodes. So I turned my skirt into a dress instead of changing into pajamas.
And we're watching this nudist show, and you're like, well, why don't you be nude? Why don't you just walk around naked? Why don't you just try it?
Maybe just pull your pants down.
Sure. Okay. All right. Hold on.
He's not taking his pants off.
No. Would you get your hand out of my waistband, please?
Just the tip.
The tip.
Just the tip. Come on.
You know what you need to do? Let's go back to church and pray for yourself, because we're on a live.
You're having negative energy.
Yeah. See, Mark's saying like it's drafty.
It's not drafty.
It's cold.
I am like literally sweating. Okay. This is my only.
And it's raining right now.
I do have a grievance with the church. I have a grievance with the church. I have a grievance with the church.
Too hot.
I am a middle-aged woman, and I live in Florida, and it needs to be cold. So I'm there, and I'm trying not to be rude, but I'm like,
yeah, I'm dying over here. Well, all those other ladies are well past the hot flash stage. Right?
I go on Sunday for hot flash. It's like, you know what it is? It's like you could either go to hell
or
come
go
here.
and get punished.
I literally go. That's how much I care about my salvation. I'm voluntarily subjecting myself to the heat of hell and potential judgment for people who are very different than I am.
It's called Florida
Did you
False
see
Winter.
any tattoos
At the thing?
Yeah.
No, I saw a lot of people in wheelchairs and neck braces and things like that.
Did you see any white ladies with dreadlocks?
No, just you.
There was a guy. There were two guys with long hair.
There was an Indian
Three guys.
family. There was an Indian family.
Yeah.
2 gay guys.
Yeah.
A kid.
There was the cutest little boy, and then there was
kid.
like an 11-year-old who was super cute. Yeah, and there was nice people just everywhere. Nice people. Okay.
So we're sorry about your draftiness, Mark.
Well, it's drafty for him because he lives in.
Well, he splits his time now between Rutland and I believe Bourne. They have a food truck situation, and they live in a camper in the summer.
Could you come over with your food truck right now? Because Mama's got the munchies.
Oh yeah, we'll have to promote Cracked to all our friends.
Cracked, is that the name of their?
That's Mark's food emporium.
And where can they go to that, Mark?
Yes, he says yes. Mark, he says yes. Rutland in the winter, Bourne in the summer. They have the food truck down in a campground, and I think near a campground down there.
He is not with the company, and neither is Shauna. I think
I don't know. I don't know if
Shauna
Shauna's there or not. I thought she was. I thought I saw that on LinkedIn not too long ago. She commented on something. I don't know. She might, maybe not. Who the hell knows? I can't keep up with people. God damn
You're
it.
having enough trouble keeping up with your clients.
I can't even keep up with my young ass wife.
It's called Cracked Yummy.
Yeah.
And he says May 1st, Bayview Campground.
May 1st. You be there or be square.
My friend Jeff camps down there every summer. I hope that he'll swing by, but I don't think he watches the podcast. He's a good Catholic boy.
Well, there's people you want eating at your establishment, Mark, and then there's people you want eating at the establishment. But
you know what? You know what's really funny? My grandmothers were the last. I have not met a Catholic since my grandmothers that were not judgmental. Oh, that's not true. Darlene's not judgmental.
Oh, yeah. Darlene just suffered a loss. I forgot to write on her thing.
What happened?
I believe it's her brother.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What?
Sorry, guys. I saw it late last night and I didn't comment on it. So Mark says, check out our Facebook page at Cracks. And then Mark's like anybody with cash for Mark is good to come down there, Mark. No. And so I think it's all good in the neighborhood. But I've seen some of the stuff they post that they make. That's the worst thing, Mark. I'm like, I want an egg sandwich. You show a nice egg sandwich. I ain't getting no egg sandwich down here. God damn it, Mark, you're bumming me out. So yeah, no, but anyways, Mark always has some good stuff. I hope it's doing well for you down there because you guys put out a good product, a good cracker, as they used to say. Remember Andy Taylor? No, Andy Griffith used to say good cracker. He used to do like Triscuit commercials or something. You know who else did Triscuit commercials? Sandy Duncan. She did it for Wheat Thins, motherfucker.
Does not have a glass eye.
Didn't say she did. She did
Not
Wheat
tonight,
Thin
you
commercials. She
Not
did
tonight,
Wheat
you
Thin
didn't.
commercials. I want to see a Sandy Duncan again. Maybe we
It
can.
says cash talks. Cash, people. $1 bills, y'all. If you want to launder some money, Mark's happy to help you out. I'm just kidding. And he says, thank you. You're welcome. Anytime we can promote you. And if you want to do the menu or send some photos in, we're happy to do that as well. Mark, go to Tomatoes or Thomas. My cousins own them. Tomatoes is excellent. Dick the barber and I used to go to Tomatoes every Sunday.
Nice.
We would go get dinner after the mall closed, and it was just enough time
to go down there
to miss the traffic. So the mall closed. We would go there. We would grab dinner, and I would leave straight from there, and he would go home to Falmouth. And
where did you live at that point?
I was living in Somerset and working on the Cape.
Oh, okay.
And so I would stay on Temple's sofa. Oh. And by the way, Temple would walk around naked in front of me. Nothing ever happened sexually between us. I've seen Temple naked.
Is he the
many times.
The rabbi guy?
No, that's Ezra.
Oh, okay.
So my friend Temple, actually, this is a good story. My friend Temple worked at Ritz Camera in the mall across from me when I worked at Delaria. And he and I became fast friends. He's a Star Wars geek, super nice, like the nicest guy. He's a brilliant photographer, super nice guy, super into music. He's actually done some music promotion, believe it or not. He promoted a group called the Ticks, did photography for them. And anyway, he's just the sweetest guy in the whole fucking world. But there was a point where I was working 12-hour days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and being on my feet all day. I was working 12-hour days. I was exhausted. So I would stay over on his couch, and then because I wouldn't get home until super late. And what did I do? I'd stay on his couch because I wouldn't get home till super late. And then I would he would walk around naked, and I would make him watch Little Nicky with me. Yep. It was his house. He'd walk around. He'd walk from his bedroom to his bathroom or whatever. I made him watch Little Nicky 8 billion times and fell asleep on him every fucking time. And I used to make him listen to Kid Rock and drove him fucking crazy. So
I must be Temple 2.0 then, because you make me listen to that stuff and make me watch those movies. I have very special things to share here.
Well, did you share what Tracy said?
No, go ahead.
That was my cousin Janine and her husband Mark's restaurant. Nice. I've been there many times. Mark says he's been there. It's a great place.
Nice. Here's Sandy Duncan from 19.
Hi, I'm Sandy Duncan, and like most everybody, I am a snack lover. In fact, right now, I love some Wheat Thins. Wheat Thins taste really good, and they're full of natural whole wheat. So they make a terrific snack right out of the box, or you could put something on top. Look, when you're having a snack, why not have something really good? Wheat Thins. They call them the light little cracker with the big wheat taste from Nabisco. Love them.
And there you have the great Sandy Duncan looking all over that room for some wheat.
I thought Wheat Thins were healthy when I was a kid. Like I thought.
Oh yeah, they were like no, you totally food. Thought. Yeah, you thought like, those were
that was like the best thing that you could.
You
eat.
Thought those were healthier than Ritz crackers.
I would eat them by the fucking box.
Wheat Thins are delicious.
They're so bad for you.
They are delicious.
They are so bad for you.
They
are so bad for you.
But anyways, I don't think Sandy Duncan knew they were bad for you at the time. She was just looking for big taste and big wheat taste is what she was looking for. So that was.
I don't know, but I will say this:
big wheat taste.
A big wheat taste. I was going through all of these thoughts in my brain as this went on. I was thinking about how like I have this big complex that nobody likes me and like nobody wants me around. You know, when you're an unwanted child, your mom tells you on a regular basis that she wished she had an abortion, and your family's basically like, oh, you're a fucking pain in the ass, and your family doesn't talk to you. That's what happens. And so I was thinking, do I try too hard to make people like me? No, I don't try to make people like me. Do I try to make people not like me?
You're polite.
Do I make people not like me? Do I push people away?
You might come in a little hot sometimes.
Yeah, but that's just.
But no. I think you go.
I'm excited. I'm like a little fucking puppy.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, I want to play. But I'm also like
because you come into every situation like these people. You know, whoever it is. That these people are great and they're there for the right reasons, and then I
think people think the way I do, and that's not necessarily the case. But here we are. So I Jesus Christ, I'm already on your website.
We're already on hour 2 of this podcast. Number 2.
Well, barely. I just feel like I'm just myself, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you feel about
this is what you get.
I have no filter. When I say no filter, I mean I am completely honest. If I try not to be honest, it looks like this. And eventually I explode and it comes out. And the longer I try to make it sound good, the worse it comes out invariably. And also my brain goes, my mouth goes, my brain goes, my mouth goes, and I'm on drugs. And I have no memory. So I suck. But
Tracy says, no, you are you. And if people like you, then great. Not everyone is made for everyone, which is a great. I want that tattooed on something.
On the pride flag. Not everyone is made for everyone. Wait.
Wait.
Yeah, that's okay. I would like that.
Oh, I thought it was going to say holes is holes.
Holes is holes is a good motto for the gay community. What is the next comment?
Mark said, we met when at a funeral when you were and you were an own the room kind of girl. Did meet Mark at a funeral.
That might be why people don't like me. They're like, it's my room, bitch.
Well, we've been to many a funeral, and we put the fun in funeral.
We put the fun in funeral. It's a fucking problem.
It is
because our only coping mechanism is humor. That's all we got. Some people like, well, we'll buy a lottery ticket now and again, and we watch smut TV.
Yeah, we'll watch a lot of bad.
Maybe we have 3 coping mechanisms, but we're not smoking crack, despite the appearance that I may smoke crack. I don't believe in hard drugs. I do believe in plant medicine, though.
She likes easy drugs.
P.S. You know what we're attributing Doug's blood pressure to? It's either the wormwood that the doctor put him on.
It's a tincture.
Tincture 3 times a day, right in your mouth. And he's been doing the sauna about 4 days a week. For a half hour?
4 or 5 days a week, yeah. For half an hour, yeah. Sweating my balls off.
Jazz expected it.
Jazzy, I'm surprised we didn't wake Jazz up. We would have put the life back into him with all that energy that she's got. We missed Jazzy, even to this day.
We actually does he know about our Jazzy?
Oh, I think I may have mentioned that. We have a kid that is our Jazzbo, and we even nicknamed his car the Tomato.
He calls his car the Tomato.
El Camino. I think we had mentioned that before.
Sorry, Tracy said add it to a song. I don't know what she's talking about.
The Not Everyone's for Everyone.
Not everyone's for everyone, and also yeah, there was something else that we said there, and I don't remember what it was. Mark Brian said, "Oh, I'm glad you're laughing. I want you to laugh. That's why we do this, isn't it?"
Yeah.
We want to make you laugh. That's not even a song. Do you know that we just make up fucking stupid songs all day long? Like it's all we do.
With filthiest lyrics you ever want to know.
Honest to God, like I want so badly to get an RV and travel and have it be our job, and that we're recorded 24 hours a day. It would be so fucking funny.
Well,
you guys would lose your fucking. I mean, like there would be hours where you're like, seriously, Stacey, are you really gonna sit like that? Like, why am I watching this nudist show? And oh my God, this is gross, but I have these like cysts that I keep getting on my tits.
This is great.
I keep getting these cysts on my tits. Thank you. I don't feel bad enough about them. I have these cysts on my tits that keep coming back, and I take Monolorin and they go away, but if I forget, they come right back. And I don't have a period anymore because I don't have a uterus, but like your hormones still change, so it seems to be like cyclical. Anyway, I get these cysts, and so like when I get them, they hurt, and I'm constantly like looking at them, and so
she's always popping them out.
Can you imagine if you're like just like watching like what you think is like the Truman Show with like fucked up people, and all of a sudden the lady like whipping out a tit? Because that's what I do. Like that is what I do.
Yeah,
that's what I do. I covered the nipple. You couldn't see anything.
Mark
you can probably see the size.
Oh. Yeah,
you want to take that slow-mo, kid?
Mark says, remember the silly book. Actually, when my brother Steve married us, he married us not over a Bible, but over the silly book. Yeah,
that's how we got married.
Including the mascot Boodleheimer, which is
I don't even know what that is.
Boodleheimer, clap, clap, clap. The more you boodle, the less you heimer. The more you heimer, the less you boodle. It's just there's so much wisdom in that book. That it's crazy, but it was written in the 60s by a cartoonist, Stu Hampel, 2 O's, Stu Hampel. They reprinted it at some point in like the 90s or early 2000s. So I have a copy of that because I don't know what happened to the original copy. Actually, I think Steve might have used the original copy that we had when we were kids.
I believe you did.
But we would actually, what would happen is that
we have a copy.
Yeah, we have a copy of it. So people would come over the house, mainly like teens or 18, 20, whatever. Back then they could drink and everybody get shit housed, and somebody pull out the silly book and people would be rolling around laughing. And if somebody was new to the house and they got shit faced, we would make them read it, and they couldn't read it, and like it was just I don't know, like just legend. These things just happen in my house. They just would break out. So anyways, it's just full of wisdom and goodness, the silly book.
I wanted to say something because the silly book makes me laugh, and it made me think of this. The one thing I didn't say about the church today is that it's not heavy and religious like church, which is why it feels weird to say it's church. It's really like It's like if like a surfer dude was like, dude, nothing but good vibes.
Yeah.
That's what it's like, but not in like a ditzy way.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that was worth pointing out. I am sad that I didn't get to meet Jazzy.
Yeah.
And by the way, when we were at that funeral home, but I got to see little Hannah. She was so freaking cute.
Yeah.
And meet everybody, and I get to see Biggins.
Biggins was a different funeral.
Oh, see, I get all my funerals mixed up. But I have certain favorite people that are your friends. Rest in peace, Conrad
Johnson,
George,
was a good
Sandy,
guy.
love you guys. Biggins, what's up? And I like Michael Lal, and I like Schiffman.
Yeah.
There's other people. I like Maureen. Although I think she's mad at me because I'm a no masker.
Well, there's a lot of people mad at you for some reason or another.
Because I have sense. Not supposed to do that, boys and girls. So the funny thing is, our marriage started with the silly book, and it's been ending with "We were tired of living in a house."
I don't know if I can pull that up. I'm trying to pull up a piece of the silly book,
like a specific.
But
page.
it's too small. You won't be
you
able
can
to
just go inside and get the book.
Well, I'd have to find it. But
if I have it, it's on the shelf.
I'm looking at one of the cartoons in it. And it's like, have you ever heard of a giraffe wearing a turtleneck sweater, or a turtle wearing a giraffe neck sweater, and the thing's all up over his head? So it's very funny. It's
highly recommended children's book, The Silly Book. Is it for fun? Is it fun for all ages, or
it's
is it
fun for everyone?
Fun for all ages.
Yeah,
you have to get to my book. I would love to fucking run and get it for you right now, but it's called "We Were Tired of Living in a House." Dude, hear me out. This is my brilliant idea for the day. Somebody write this down. We'll start a writing campaign. Doug and I have an RV.
Yeah.
And our living expenses are paid for. It's our job to tour the country and to teach people or promote, because they're looking for promotion, the Centers for Spiritual Living. We'll be cult leaders. It's been what I've wanted to do all along. It's
apparently not a cult, though.
They say it's not a cult, and it's not Scientology, and it's not a cult. But I mean, who's
is it a lifestyle? Because we've been hearing a lot about a lifestyle on that swinger show.
It might be. Who's gonna better bring in a diverse group of people and younger people than a couple like us?
We could be brand ambassadors for sure.
Paid per head, like bounty hunters. None of this is happening, by the way. But that would.
I ain't giving anybody.
But that would be something meaningful that I would be really interested in doing. That would be really cool, I think.
Yeah, it would be good.
If I could bring peace to people or help them,
that'd be fantastic.
Because that's the whole thing. All along, why I said I wanted a cult. I wanted to build a community. I wanted to bring people together.
Yeah. I tell you,
I have delusions of grandeur sometimes.
Do you have any other delusions before we?
Well, do you think I have delusions of grandeur?
You have delusions. I don't know how grandeur they are.
Well, I'm just saying that maybe we help out with the marketing for the church, and then we become the face of the church, and then we travel to promote the church and bring people to the church, and then I'm like, hey, I'm sick of traveling, let's build a community, and we have a cult.
Well, that's the thing. As long as you're the cult leader and you don't have to, as Tracy's gonna get the silly book, and Mark says don't drink the Kool-Aid. So basically, if you're the leader, you don't have to drink the Kool-Aid. You tell other people to drink the Kool-Aid.
I wouldn't tell it. That's the thing. I wouldn't. That's why everybody keeps telling me I should be a cult leader. And I've had several people. I've this in writing by several people, several intelligent people.
Lipstick on your cheek.
I probably gestured.
But now you have rouge.
I think I put blush on one cheek and not the
for that Sandy Duncan look.
I just want, the reason people want me to be a cult leader is because I just want people to be good to one another.
Well, you're a motivator.
I'm like George Carlin and Bill and Ted's Excellent Invention.
Yes, that's exactly
excellent to each other.
Excellent to each other.
And that's the whole vibe of the fucking church.
Mark says we should call the
I'm really into
our
it right
cult
now.
The Blue Oyster.
Here's the fucked up thing. That we 99% of the time we talk about dicks, sex, like completely inappropriate things, my family tree that doesn't fork, whatever fucking nonsense it is. And the one night I think to mention it to Rogan and Kersher and Theo Vaughn.
We don't talk about dicks or
I talk about fucking church. I sound like the goddamn church lady.
I did say that. Well, I think the most controversial thing I said was to put the holes as holes on the pride flag. I think that is
the line from Californication, from when
Yeah,
Hank
holes is holes, but they weren't going to put on the pride
climbed
flag
into the neighbor's house and got in bed with his kid.
because he was drunk.
And so Charlie said, "Did you do anything to that kid?" And he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Holes is holes."
Yeah.
And that is a line we have used in this house ever since. Because why? Because we are
Holes is
fucked
holes.
in the head.
Is what it is.
It's the fucked in the head
it's fine.
podcast. Maybe that's what we should call it.
Mark says, "Don't fear the Reaper," and that's a Blue Oyster Cult song.
What do you guys think?
man.
Should we change the name? So I have given some thought to the name of the podcast. Like, are we manifesting something negative with the term marital hate? So should we change it to
Holes is holes?
no? I already forgot. Well, I'm really high. Something about fucked up.
Marital hate is funny because it's like
yeah.
I think it's funny, but,
but I
it
think
is kind of a negative.
It's a negative thing. But here's my thing about the I don't know what we could rename the podcast, but if we rename the podcast, would we just change the name and keep the flamingo? Because I'm pretty well invested in the flamingos. In this
I don't know, maybe we just call it Flamingo.
That's going to make more people think we're swingers. We've been talking about nothing but nudity lately. People are going to think we're fucking swingers.
Things of that nature.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
We think you're beautiful inside and out.
Do you want to hit some of our news stories? Do you think?
Sure. Mark says, Blue Oyster Cult, don't
Marital
fear the Reaper. Bliss, and he says marital blister.
Marital blister.
Marital blister in the sun. Let me go on. Juicy lips. I know you're the one. I call Doug Juicy Lips.
And she sings.
And I call him Baby Butt. And I call him Fucky Poo Poo and Fucky Fucky.
All right. This story I found on my own today. This is I was freelancing here on the stories. The Voyager 1 was launched in 1977. And it's the furthest from Earth man-made object that's going, and it's still going. It's still going, but now it's starting to send back incomprehensible code. So it was powered by plutonium. The plutonium's starting to run out, but this thing was launched in 77.
Yeah.
And it's just been going and going and going and going and going. It's 15 billion miles from Earth, which is insane. And we're still hearing back from it. But they're trying to, they're saying like that most light switches have more technology in them than this thing did in 1977. It's fantastic. So I've always been like sort of following it. You'd always hear like, oh, that thing's still sending back. And now it might be starting to show its age, but I'm rooting for the little guy. I'm rooting for the Voyager. I don't know if anybody thinks that's as interesting.
Are there people in it?
No, there's no people in it.
Any monkeys?
There's no monkeys. There's no people.
Who cares?
No, so that's it.
Is there like a deviled egg? If there was a deviled egg, I would be super interested.
I'd go up and get it myself.
Oh, I fucking love deviled eggs.
I
had deviled eggs for breakfast.
We have extra
today.
deviled eggs for after the podcast.
One right now?
No, there's no eating on the podcast.
I want them to see us eat deviled eggs. That's how we celebrate our 200th episode. It's deviled eggs and champagne. Do it, please.
We're not having deviled eggs and champagne.
Please, I want deviled eggs and champagne.
Tracy says that's crazy. They can they go up? No, it's 15 billion miles away. And Mark says I graduated in 77, and I'm going to have the tech of light. Yeah, I don't know what tech you have, Mark, or what tech you are. No fisting, please. Thank you. I'm trying to do the podcast. All right. I will quit this podcast right now, young lady. And do it with one of your church friends. Damn it.
Wait a second. Can we just please?
What?
I graduated in 77. I'm still going, and I have the tech.
Yeah, I read that while you were trying to give me a wet willy, and you weren't paying attention.
I was born in 1976.
Wow.
Maybe I should call Mark Daddy.
Mark Daddy.
I've called many people daddy on this podcast.
Oh, there's many daddies,
including my own daddy.
All right, so we're gonna get back to this. All right, this thing, 1,000-year-old scientific instrument, was passed between Muslims, Jews, and historic for centuries. So this thing, it was called an astrolabe, which sounds like a lubrication product that you buy at CVS. Astrolabe, and it tells you where the planet. There's like a device to line up the planets, and you can figure out where. How much time has passed and stuff like this. They thought it was a fake, but it was like this old device that they used to use um, for like time and latitude and like a compass kind of thing. Insane. So anyways, they have this thing. Here she is looking at it. It looks like some gold records off a wall, but look at this is like finely crafted from like
That's really cool.
yeah. So
what do you use it for? An astroblade?
It's an astroglide, an astrolabe.
Astroglide. Did you just say astroglide?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I was being funny.
We use coconut oil.
It features inscriptions not only in Hebrew but Western numerals. This is crazy. The object is Islamic, Jewish, and European. That's crazy. So anyway, that's that. What are you doing? Oh, measurement. There's an app now that I know that this is kind of gross, but there's a smartphone app that lets you diagnose your ear infections at home. And for all you people that have taken your child to an urgent care in the middle of the goddamn night, you can do this from home. And they have an ear infection because
you could actually just give them monolaurin, which is a natural antibiotic, antiviral, and antifungal made from coconuts. It has the same active ingredient as breast milk. I buy the Ultralaurin off Amazon. It's like $50.
But our kids are older, so we just tell them to buy their own damn monolaurin.
That's not true. We've sent every one of them monolaurin at one point or another. I'm like the fucking monolaurin fairy.
So this is very important.
I need a sponsorship for monolaurin.
This is very important. Coastal cities are sinking as sea levels continue to rise. They're not sinking. The sea level is rising. And it's somehow is now rising at 4 to 5 millimeters a year. See? Look at this. California's at risk. All the East Coast is at risk. We're over here, so like we're over in this area right here. So I'm not sure. Actually, we're down here. I'm not sure if we're but I would think
we have enough fucking problems with our goddamn migrating anacondas and the flamingos. The flamingos are like living on Pine Island. We have to go find them.
We gotta go see them. This story is uplifting story. This group is going over to I don't know if they're going over or if they're Ukrainian, but during the war in Ukraine, they've saved over 15,000 animals from the war.
Save the animals, but also what about the people?
I don't know about the people. This article's not about the people. Animals don't wage war, but they're victims of them, left to suffer without food, water, and need veterinary attention. So I thought they're definitely good people in the world, and I know that during Hurricane Katrina, a lot of people went down, and there were a lot of stray animals and things like that. So I know this stuff goes on.
I think this is amazing, but I would like to point out that there are three kinds of people. There are people that like animals, and do not like people.
Okay,
that is not good. There are people that like people and do not like animals.
Okay,
that is not good.
That's not a good thing.
You need to have a reasonable balance between animals and people in your heart.
Oh, that's interesting.
Or you're going to hell.
All right,
we did not learn that in church this week.
Speaking of Ukraine, there has been ancient stone tools found in the Ukraine that date over 1 million years old. So there were people over there making stone tools 1 million years ago.
That's crazy.
That is nuts. And I'm not sure that this is one of those stone tools or a pumice stone for somebody's feet. I don't know. I don't think there's any other photos with that. But that's pretty interesting. The archaeologists found these things for the evidence of early human presence in Europe. Another one is do you have issues sleeping? The food and drinks could be to blame. And I didn't think this was all that smart of an article because I think we've all struggled with this. Spicy food before bed, you're going to have heartburn. If I eat spicy, like I went through a phase, if I eat spicy food before bed, I would have crazy nightmares.
One thing we had learned here was covering up the lights. You know, all those little fucking charger lights, those bright green fucking lights, the light in our bedroom. How many did we have? We had one from
probably
each
about
nightstand.
5.
My vibrator plug has a little green light on it. The fucking Wi-Fi, the TV.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi's in there. Yeah, so it's all blinking. Yeah. So, anyways, look at this.
You can see through our entire house at night with no lights on. It's ridiculous.
Pizza or anything. Yeah, this is burgers. You know, all this stuff. Ice cream is right. You don't want to resist having a bowl of ice cream for dessert if you're having sleep issues. High sugar content can cause fluctuation in blood sugar, cause stomach issues, and keep you alert at bedtime. Milk Milk can trigger acid reflux.
Oh,
Vitamin
you
water.
do milk a lot at
some of those
bedtime.
have caffeine in it. You don't want to stay away from that. Peppermint.
Yeah, it's a stimulant.
It is a
Peppermint's
stimulant.
excellent for headaches, though.
It
And
can
energy.
trigger acid reflux. What
That's
to
what
eat
I-
instead?
that's what I
Poultry and
should've
fish. Have a nice piece of fish before you go to bed.
Hey,
Maybe some
tomorrow-
lentils and beans.
When I say I'm tired, remind me to put peppermint on the back of my neck, please.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead. What?
No, anything. Quinoa. You could. Yeah, this like. How come none of the good stuff? Like you should be able to eat wheat thins before bed.
You know, you can have blueberry chia pudding.
Oh, you can. Yes.
can have
Stacy's
one
been
of our
eating a
nut
lot of the.
Oh my God, so
chia
much
pudding.
chia. I'm going to turn into a chia.
I don't know if you guys know about this guy here, Nick Swardson. He was in some of the Adam Sandler movies. You probably know him from that.
Oh, he showed up. He was drunk off his ass.
He was playing
on stage. They pulled him off. I saw the TikTok.
Yeah, they pulled him off, and they're booing him, and they actually shut his mic off and shut off the light because he was just came out and started talking about Norm Macdonald, and he was really slow, and they're like, "Dude, you got to be funny." Anyways, apparently he took some edibles and was drinking and didn't take into account of the thin air in Colorado. That's what he says. Travel tip: don't drink and take edibles on high altitude.
A live podcast every night, and I'm always pulling out nonsense.
Yeah, so
I can't do it standing though. But I can't do anything standing.
Yeah, so there you go. So those are some news stories for today.
Rookie. Tracy says, "Yay, save the animals," and she says, "If I could I could live without people and just have animals."
Yeah, well, that's wrong.
And okay, bedtime. Congratulations on number 200. Thank you very much.
Good night, Marky.
Mark.
I hope he saw the. I hope he saw the sleep stuff because he might just go and eat some pepperonis.
Does he happen to walk like this? Like
Mark?
Yeah, like because you could call him Marky Mark and the Funky Hunch.
Funky Hunch. I don't think Mark's
Mark got one.
I don't think.
Oh my God, that's if Phil's name was Mark.
Oh yeah, well Phil's got a launch.
If your brother's Phil name was, you could still call him Phil.
Funky Phil and the Funky Hunch.
I don't even know what to say.
So
laughing her ass off. I'm not just amusing myself. Thank you.
So now we can talk about Mark. He's gone. He's gone to bed. I never trust him.
He sent me a dick pic. You guys want to see it?
I hear good things.
You do?
No, I don't hear anything. Anyways, that's all about the energy I have for this podcast right now. Can we do a little gratitude? Because otherwise, in about 5 minutes, I'm not gonna have gratitude for anything. I'll just be mad. So thank you for 200 episodes. I'm grateful that this podcast is over. I am also grateful that my wife's going to get her own snacks tonight in a turnabout where you're going to get your own snacks.
I can't.
And I am grateful that what are you springing a leak?
I'm blowing out slowly. Go ahead.
No. Are you okay? I don't know what she's doing, folks. I really
I'm trying
don't.
not to yell at you. Finish.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to wrap this up. It's 9:35. It's an hour.
Okay,
We've had an hour and 35 minutes of a podcast.
This is not the energy we bring to the end of the podcast. We bring positive energy with our gratitude.
Hang on, I'm going to take a little drink. I'm grateful for a delicious dinner.
I'm grateful that my husband's vibe is about to increase dramatically when he remembers that his blood pressure is way down, but his wife will still drown him in the pool.
I'm thankful for having a lower blood pressure than previous stated.
I'm grateful for the center and the people that we've met there.
I'm grateful that you came home and you had a great experience with your midweek checkup.
I am grateful that Zasha put new wraps in my hair because I'm really excited about it. And the colored ones are coming on Friday.
I am grateful that it's going to be in the 80s between now and when the boys get here. So hopefully the pool will heat up. It's coming in hot at about 78 right now, 77, 78. Hopefully it'll get into the 80s when they're here next week.
I think that the dreadlocks that I ordered are too short.
You mentioned that yesterday. Are you grateful for that? I am not
No, I
grateful
just made
for
me
that.
think of it. I am thankful. I'm sorry that I missed a lot of what you said there because I'm just really high. Tracy says, I'm grateful for fun names with my new city. I'm grateful for a good spiral ham dinner. Fancy.
Oh, spiral ham is good.
I'm thankful for you both, and I'm thankful that Doug's BP is down. Dude, me too. I'm thankful Doug's BP is down. I'm grateful I get to drive my Jeep today.
I get excited when I hear about what people had for dinner and it's like something good. Like I'm so happy for them that they had something good.
Excuse me. I actually kind of am craving spiral ham now.
Yeah.
Like I didn't used to like it, but now I do.
Ham is delicious. I like ham. You've never liked ham, and now you like ham. I don't think I can. I don't think anywhere is open that I could get a spiral ham. I could probably go to Publix, so they're open for another 23 minutes. But then you're gonna heat the ham. Actually, that last Easter, remember I made my mom's scalloped potatoes and ham. I put the ham in there. It was good. Potatoes, scallop potatoes. What are you grateful for?
Scalloped potatoes. I want some now. I am grateful that I drive my Jeep today and it ran fine. Although I did not warm it up like I should have. I am grateful for the app that I downloaded. I have this app, the CSL Daily Affirmations, and I had been looking for an affirmation app. And I got that one, and it'll automatically give me an affirmation in the morning, which I think is helpful.
I like it.
Because I do specific affirmations every day. Like I say, I am limitless. Everything goes my way. I'm gorgeous, fit, and sexy. I know I'm delusional, but leave me be.
I think you're beautiful.
Thank you. I am surrounded by people who love, respect, and appreciate me. I make a difference in people's lives. Our podcast is a household name.
It's a household
stuff
name.
like that. But I could use some new ideas every now and again. And I even had an affirmation for like being able to shit at one point because I couldn't shit. And I was like, my body releases all the toxins in it easily. And then I pooped, so it works.
Excellent. Tracy, speaking of eating, it was delicious. We had pineapple, homemade mac and cheese, and baked beans. Oh,
sorry.
With like homemade baked beans, because I don't even know how to make homemade baked beans, but I do a mean beanie weenie. I cut up the hot dogs, I cut up an onion, I throw some honey hot barbecue in there, and the beans. It's fantastic.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
Remember the pineapple coconut ice cream that we made?
Yes.
We make that, and we put it on the stuffed banana.
You put the ice cream on a stuffed banana
instead of the whipped cream. Well, in addition to whipped cream.
Oh, so but then you're gonna have almond butter and chocolate and pineapple, and that seems like a lot.
It's not. It's a sundae.
It seems like a lot.
I promise you, this is my greatest idea ever. You guys, what do you think? It's an ice cream where the base is coconut milk, okay, and it's got grilled pineapple in it. And macadamia nuts. And then you have peanuts and almond butter and
walnuts,
whipped cream on a fried banana.
Yeah, walnuts.
On a fried banana.
On an air fried banana.
Or you could do more macadamia nuts. You could do whatever kind of nut you want. Just don't do a peanut if I'm there, please, because I'll die. And I don't.
I think it's.
I do want to die, but not in that way.
I think that ice cream is so special that you have to just eat it by itself.
I'm telling you, this will be the greatest thing you've ever made. By the way, we've been watching Disney food videos, Disney videos.
And I don't know if you know anything about Disney food, but they take desserts to it. Like they had a caramel apple.
There's so many.
What was the caramel apple thing?
Caramel apple turnover.
Yeah, it was like the flaky pastry.
The food is unbelievable, and we actually went when we went with the girls. It was with the girls. No, it was with just Noelle. It was food and wine.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was unbelievable, unbelievable.
I'm just going to pull this up because if anybody within the sound of my voice wants a good snack,
that is mostly healthy.
Coconut sugar. These are siete churro strips. They're like little strips of chip that are made out of like grain that are. It's not wheat. It's not anything. It's
you can pull up the ingredients right here.
So,
Oh, you got to do it on
Yeah,
the
you
other
have
window.
to do it on the other
I don't know
screen.
what the other
So,
window is.
These things are unbelievable. I don't know if we can see that. Cassava
Ingredients?
flour, avocado oil, coconut sugar, agave syrup, pumpkin powder, cinnamon, some psyllium husk powder, sea salt, vanilla powder, and contains
Okay,
coconuts.
don't close this. I want to just go over this. Cassava, I believe, is a melon. Avocado oil is a healthy fat. It's very good for you. Coconut sugar, it's made from coconuts, and it has a lower glycemic index than sugar, but it's not an artificial sweetener. Agave syrup comes from a plant. It's the same active ingredient as tequila. It does cause a glycemic spike, but not very much relative to sugar. And the big issue with sugar is the way that it's processed. And then the pumpkin powder, I don't really know it. And so also agave has probiotic qualities. Pumpkin butter has, I don't really know anything. A pumpkin powder, I assume it's dehydrated pumpkin. That seems reasonably safe. Cinnamon, the only thing you could ask for there is that it's organic, but cinnamon, psyllium husk, which helps you, powder helps you to poop. Sea salt, totally fine. Vanilla powder, probably fine, and it contains coconuts.
Because it's not I think it's a cassava melon, but the cassava is a perennial woody shrub with an edible root which grows in tropical and subtropical areas of the world. It originated in tropical America and first introduced into Africa and the Congo Basin by the Portuguese. And it looks like that. Looks like kind of a woody carrot potato thing. Yeah, there you go. I am thankful for those. We need more of those. They didn't have them last time we went. I don't know. We need more.
Didn't we just? We didn't.
We might have got those at Whole Foods.
I don't
When we
remember
made
going to
that-
Whole Foods, but
well, we
we
had
did
the
the
Whole Foods
order.
order, yeah.
Oh yeah, when I did the
Sure,
order
a
from
case
Whole
of
Foods.
those bad boys.
Dude.
But we took those and put them on the ice cream.
Zippy.
Zippy.
I think that there's some stuff. It's tough because like there's some stuff like you're crazy not to get at Costco and you can't find anywhere else. And then there's some stuff you fucking have to go to Trader Joe's for. And then there's shit you have to go to Whole Foods for. And now we've even found out there's stuff we have to go to Fresh for, shit we have to go to Publix for,
Or
shit we have
Farmer
to go to
Joe's.
Farmer Joe's.
We go to Trader
or
Joe's, Farmer
Target.
Joe's, any
There's
kind
like,
of Joe's.
You can't like it's
Sprouts.
It's such a fucking like. Are you kidding me that in this day and age it's this hard to find fucking food?
But if you want something
And
shitty like
For what we're paying,
tuna in a bag, you can go to the
For
dollar
what we-
store. You can go to Target. You can go to Publix.
for
you can go
what we
anywhere.
spent on food, we should be able to snap our fingers and a personal chef appears and makes it with items that he personally grew on a farm and makes it for us fresh. Just like
I agree.
we're spending like $1,200 a month on groceries for two
It's
people.
crazy for two
It's
people.
ridiculous. We eat organic.
Well,
We eat at home a lot, but still.
Yeah.
And we feed the kids in the neighborhood, but they only
We do.
probably cost us
they did
what,
come by
$30
tonight.
a month.
They did come by tonight, and they were happy with water. All right.
Shout out to the
we
kids.
have
You
to-
should not be
yeah.
watching this podcast. We never told you the name of it, so I don't know how you
All right,
found
yeah,
out.
yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, all right, we're going. We're done with this clam bake.
Oh,
And
gratitude.
Gratitude. I've already.
Okay, this should be
yeah.
two
Okay.
or three.
All right.
I'm thankful that everybody's here supporting the podcast. It means so much to us. Kristen, Hansa Market, Lally Tunes, of course, Tracy and Mark and who
And
else?
Tommy Milmore was here, but I was
Mark
late to
and
turn the
Tom.
thing. Mark was here.
Tracy and Mark and Tom, and then of course we had a bunch of people watching. Oh, and Todd was here too. Billy, Billy was here. Oh my God, Billy, I'm sorry I missed you. And then a bunch of other people are watching, and we can't see who you are, but we're so grateful for you. I don't think people want to admit that they watch this podcast.
Would you? I don't know. I don't tell people I'm on it.
I think it's haters, like actual haters.
I don't think anybody gives a shit about.
Anyway, I'm
hating
thankful
us.
for warm weather and shows that make me laugh because people are more ridiculous than we are.
Indeed.
Although they seem to have to dramatize their weirdness, or seems to be
It's natural.
comes naturally.
Well, I get overflow nonsense from you. I get overflow
What do you mean?
weirdness from you because I'm not that weird. Oh, I'm
you're
weird.
not that weird because you don't act like yourself on the show. Tracy
this
said
is
the
me.
other day I spent $700 for 1 week of groceries.
Was that for the 8 people that live in your house, or is that
Might have
for
been, yeah.
But
Probably for
yeah, a
everybody.
week. That's tough for a week.
There's 5 adults in that house.
Yeah, that's tough.
And 1, 2, 3 of them are home 24/7.
Eating,
Well,
snacking.
I don't know that they're eating and snacking the entire time. I think Tracy eats like a freaking.
She eats like a bird.
No, not because birds are aggressive.
Oh.
She eats like a sloth. I'm not comparing
No,
you to a sloth.
that's
That sounds
terrible.
terrible. But like something that
Like
doesn't
a little
eat a lot.
gerbil.
Like a fish.
Yeah,
Fish
like
don't
a
eat
couple
well.
flakes a day, and she's good to go. A couple flakes a day. Yeah, 5
Well, you
adults
need
live in
more
that house.
protein than that.
So
Could you imagine eating fish food?
I've eaten that like the seaweed strips there, like the seaweed like nori
You
stuff.
think that's like fish food?
Probably.
My
That's
sister
probably
ate my
pretty good.
fucking fish food.
No, it's probably
She and
not
her
good.
friends would eat fish food. She took my fish out of the tank to pet it and left it on the ground.
Not good.
Little bitch.
Not good. All right, so I gotta go. It's all right. My whole goal tonight was to end before 10, and look, it's 13 minutes to 10.
So we're ending before 10.
Well, technically, I've made my goal.
You're having a negative vibe. You can't get.
I had some anxiety today, and I had some this and that today, and
so let's turn it into a positive.
I'm trying to turn it into a positive because I'm grumpy and it's late, and I'm doing my gratitude. God damn it!
Okay, I just want you to turn it into a positive vibe before we get off the podcast.
All right.
I need them to protect me from your negative vibes, please.
I just got a little notice that someone that we know is watching. Hello, Patricia.
Hey, Maddie.
Yes, Patricia.
Okay, so
she's a Wordle queen. She is Wordle queen. She's getting like 2s.
You can spelling all of the words.
I am not good at Wordle. Well, I've never been beaten by it. I think I might have got beaten by it once.
You're better than me at Wordle.
But it's it's the
I get them faster, but something just bit me in the eye.
Bit you in the eye. It was your finger.
No, there was a bug.
Oh, maybe it's buggy out.
It's like rainy in Florida. What do you think it is?
It's a rainy night in Georgia.
They're like, oh, look at all of these beautiful lights. Let's come look at, like, there's freaking bugs in Sanibel that can see our screens. By the way, the fucking flamingos are on Pine Island. We have to find them.
We're going to go over there.
We're off Pine Island. I don't even know.
All right. And Tracy says, good night, folks. Happy 200.
Love you,
all right.
love you,
We're seeing you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
201, baby.